Hi, good afternoon, and welcome to this Yoga for Recovery, Realization, and Resilience. My name is Brian, and I'm delighted to be with you this afternoon as we explore a little bit of meditative flow. So, the idea here is to find, if you may, within the course of your movement practice, a state of somewhat meditative flow. We'll begin, as always, with grounding and landing, raising gratitude and intention. We'll do a Surya Bheda, an activating breath, breath of the sun, just to get our Pingala channel open, our activated sun channel open a little bit. We'll come around to the mat and we'll do some movements designed to help us to just open our body. And we're going to try to create a sense of being fully present with ourselves in those movements in a way that we can sort of induce that perhaps a meditative type state. We'll come into our final twist and then we'll move into guided rest. We'll be here about 45 minutes, 50 minutes, depending upon timing. As always, before we start, I'll remind you of our first guiding principle: support precedes action. So have everything you need for your support available for you in your practice today: blocks, straps, bolsters, blankets, eye shades, chair. Um, Maybe you want to clear your passageways so you can breathe freely. All that is available. Make sure that you have it available. Make sure that you avail yourself of it. Supports are meant to be utilized. Secondly, I remind you that it is your practice. I'm going to offer and suggest and invite you to do some things from over here. They are simply that: offers, suggestions, and invitations. The only requirement for you is to be present and to breathe. Everything else is an option. So come out of any posture at any time, take any alternate posture at any time, modify any posture in any way that you need to at any time. Stop if you want, reconnect with yourself, be present. Anything that you find yourself getting distracted in your head or you're not clear where you are in your body, then stop. There's no keeping up or being in. It's with yourself. And so our goal here is that you, in your own space, are calm, steady, focused on your breath and moving within your own body. And that may look entirely different from what I'm offering over here. All right. So with that, let's find a supported posture, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe you're seated in a chair with your feet on the floor. Maybe you're seated cross-legged on the mat or on a bolster or a cushion. Elevating the hips and releasing the knees. Maybe you're just lying on your back. And however you are, wherever you are, feel into whatever part of your body is in contact with something. Feel the physical sensation of that connection between your body and whatever it is that it's touching. And then turn your awareness to that physical sensation of connection at those points as support. Note what is supporting your body in this particular posture and in every posture as we move through the practice today. And lean into your supports. Then I invite you to root into those supports as if you could extend roots through those places of connection so that you might lengthen through your side body, lengthen through your spine, lengthen through your crown. Experiment with tucking the chin and revolving the head a little and find that release at the back of the neck. And then feel the full length of the spine from the base to the crown. And notice what happens for you when the spine elongates and aligns. And then holding the spine elongated and aligned, I invite you to turn your attention to your breath. Find your inhale as it appears underneath your nasal passages and begin to breathe in and out through the nostrils, following the inhalation all the way in, noticing where it goes in your body, following the exhalation all the way out, noticing what it is like to release completely. And holding your awareness right there, be right there at the beginning of the next inhale, following that inhale in. And that exhale, and let everything float away. Let everything fall away other than the inhale and the exhale. And just take a moment or breath or two to just feel into what it is like to breathe and know that you're breathing. And on your next inhale, I invite you to float your hands to your heart in a way that brings awareness to your heart space and allow to arise in your heart space gratitude. any one thing for which you are grateful here today. Perhaps for you, just the possibility of gratitude. And whatever it is that arises when gratitude is called forth, I invite you to see that clearly in your mind's eye. And perhaps you'd like to anchor your gratitude right there in your heart space and hold it there for the duration of your practice. And then, if you choose to, I invite you to set an intention for your time here today. Whatever your intention is, I invite you to take a moment and state that to yourself. Hear yourself in your mind's ear as you state your intention in a clear and declarative voice as if it is already done. And then listening as the echoes of your intention reverberate in your being, I invite you to take a full inhale. And as you exhale, if you choose to allow your chin to drop towards your grateful and intentional heart, and offer a benediction to seal your intention, as I say, Namo Namaste. And then lift the chin, release the hands to the knee, bring the thumb and forefinger together, be very still as you settle in. Namo means the creative consciousness, the divine that exists throughout all. Namaste means that I bow to that divine, and namaste means I bow to that spark of that divine that resides within you and within me. And so, okay, let's get us back here. All right, we're going to begin. So take a moment to adjust your posture as you need to be supported in your seat. We're going to begin with a breath exercise known as Surya Bheda. Surya is Sanskrit for sun. Bheda is breath or activation. And so we're going to actively breathe in through the right nostril. And we're going to breathe out through the left nostril. So the inhalation will be through the right. The exhalation will be through the left. Long, deep breath, full inhalation, no stress, no strain, no exertion. And you have the option to just bring your awareness, your mental awareness to your right nostril and inhale through the right. And then at the top of your inhale, pause for a moment, switch your awareness to your left nostril and breathe out through the left. Now, if your practice involves the use of a hand mudra, you have a choice here. You can fold your right pointer finger and middle finger back to the heel of your thumb pad and bring your right ring finger to your left nostril and inhale through the right. Pausing at the top, bring your right thumb to block your right nostril and exhale through the left. Or some people for this particular practice like to bring their left hand up and just use the left thumb to block the right nostril. And then bring the right hand up and use the right thumb to block the right as you exhale through the left. So deciding your particular approach to this mental awareness or a hand mudra, we're going to begin taking a cleansing breath, full inhalation through both nostrils. Exhale completely. And then bring awareness or your mudra to your left nostril and inhale through the right. Pausing at the top, switch your awareness or your mudra and exhale through the left. And then continue. Inhaling right. And exhaling left. Continue that pattern, that rhythm. You find your own rhythm, maybe different than mine. Find your own pace. Find your practice. seeking that place where we are calm, steady, focused on the breath, and moving within our own body. Two more rounds here if you're with me. Last round if you're with me. When you complete your last round, release your hands, thumb and forefinger together, thumbs up, palms up, excuse me. Be very still, settle in, release any shaping of the breath, any shaping of the body. Just be still for a moment and notice your experience. Notice what's shifted for you. Notice the effect of that little practice on your mind state, on your presence, on your bearing, and on your being. Settle in for a moment and be still. On your next inhale, I invite you to take a full inhale and a complete exhale. Gently bring your eyes open, bring yourself back to yourself. And then come around to your mat and we'll begin standing today. So we're going to begin standing posture. Just be in the middle of your mat or so. Take your feet out a little bit wider than your hips. Get a little, maybe shake out. Woo. Shake out your legs a little bit if you like. And then take the feet a little bit wider than the hips for stability. And then just begin a little light marching in place. Just a little light movement here. A little, don't have to bring the knees up too high. Just a little bit of movement. Maybe you're just patting the feet a little bit. Just finding a little bit of movement here. Getting a little blood flow, a little circulation. Maybe you bring the knees up a little higher if you're up for that. Just kind of a little bit of marching in place, getting free there, and then settle back into that, and then begin to plant the feet, and then begin to sort of rotate the body a little bit. Let the arms hang loose. Relax the knees and the ankles. Relax the hips, shoulders, neck, and tuck the chin a little. Feel that freedom. And maybe you find a little bit, as you relax a little bit, maybe a little wider range of motion. Maybe go a little further. No need to do anything here. We're not like trying to get anywhere. We're just here, just getting loose. And then maybe let the arms begin to flop a little bit from the elbows on down, the wrists on down, the fingers on down. Maybe they come up a little higher. Maybe giving yourself a little pat on the back each time as you come around. Ah, so good to be here. Yeah, I'm glad I did this today. Yeah. Woo. Ooh. And then let your arms drop back down as you begin to just slow that rotation a little bit more. And just breathe up here a little bit. And then let all that come to center. And then bring your feet a little bit more underneath your hips. Check the outside part of your feet are parallel to the top and bottom of your mat. Inhale, take the arms up and interlace the fingers. Point the index finger. Reach long with the index finger. Biceps frame the ears. Just lift. And feel that length as you just get long. Try to touch the ceiling with your index fingers. Gently touching the ears, perhaps with your biceps, or maybe just finding a place. Now, if your hands don't come together, just be where they are. And just reach like that for a moment. Inhale here. And then exhale. Just let your body lean over to the left. Now, maybe you bump your right hip a little bit, but your body will only go a certain amount, and then you'll feel that that's it for you, and that's fine. Be there for a moment. Take a full inhale. Lengthen through both arms. And then as you exhale, maybe there's a little more space, maybe not. Maybe look gently up under that right armpit. Just a gentle little twist there, releasing the back of the neck, feeling into this place here. Opening the right side body. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Get long through the fingertips again. Touch the ceiling. Lengthen out of the legs. Lift out of the waist and chest. Lift out of the crown. Get long. And then exhale. Just let your body lean to the right. Maybe bumping that left hip a little, but you'll just come to where your body allows you to go. And then from there, take a full inhale. Lengthen through both arms. And then exhale. Maybe there's a little more space. Maybe not. And again, just breathe here into this left side body opening. Feeling into this space, maybe gentle look up under that left armpit, rotating thing. Very gentle, very still here. We're just feeling into allowing the body to open. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. Inhale, come back to center, get long, soften and lift through the waist, chest, crown, long through the fingers. And then exhale, gently allow your body to arch back, little back bend here. Not too much, not overdoing anything. Just allow the body to go where it goes. Lengthen through both arms on the inhale. Exhale, maybe press the hips forward a little bit and feel into a little bit more space. Maybe not, just be here. Now again, here you can just gently rock your head up and down, just very gentle. Yes, just gently releasing the back of my neck, Brian. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, come back to center, get long. Exhale, release the hands as you hinge at the hips and fold forward, forward fold. Release the head, release the hands. Feel all that blood. Feel yourself releasing here. Press into the feet, lift up through the hips. Relax the head. No tension in the neck or head. Maybe your fingers are long. Maybe you grab opposite elbow, a little bracing to support yourself here. Just feeling into this. Take a full inhale here. Exhale, lift out of the hips and release the crown toward the mat. Bring the forehead toward the shins. Release the elbows if you're holding them. Find your forward fold here. Just breathe into this. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Bring your hands to your shins. Press the palms against the shins as you straighten the elbows and arms to bring them back. The torso parallel to the mat. Breathe in behind the heart. And exhale, stay here. Get long. Full inhalation. Exhale, release the hands, release the head, forward fold. Bend the knees, let the hips drop a little bit. Feel that weight settle into the feet. Release the head. Tendency is to look up here. Don't look up. Keep the head relaxed. Just bend the knees so you can feel the weight balance in the feet. And then keeping the head tucked, the chin tucked, begin to roll the torso upright. one vertebra at a time. Torso comes upright, the shoulders will naturally lift and then roll down and back, lift the chin, and come back to your standing posture. Full inhale. Complete exhale. We're going to step the feet out wide, beyond the shoulders. Maybe not too far. This is the first one of the day. We're just going to feel into this. And we're going to turn the toes out initially. So the toes will go off at an angle, off the corners of your mat. The arms will come up at a 60-degree angle from the shoulders. So this is what I call our star pose. And we're just here. And we're going to inhale here and get long, lifting out of the crown and the fingertips, extending. And then exhale. We're just going to hinge and fold. Bring the hands underneath the face. Release the head. Inhale to a flat back. Now, if you have a block, it's a wonderful place for a block here. You can support yourself. Let me see if I have my block handy here. You can see that. Maybe you come down onto your block for a little support. Maybe your hands don't reach the floor. That's all good. Find the place that's right for you. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Take the hands out, that 60-degree angle, and then inhale, come up into our star pose. Exhale, release the hands. Maybe widen the feet a little bit. Turn the toes in. So the outside edges of the feet are parallel with the top and bottom of the mat. This is going to be our wide-legged forward fold. So I'm going to inhale here. Take the arms up. Bring the hands to prayer or to the waist. And exhale, hinge forward. Just come to a flat back. First, find this posture. Press back through the hips, lengthen through the crown. Feel yourself extending through the inside of the thighs. Maybe you find a little bit more width, maybe not. And again, great place for your block if you need it. Exhale, hinge and release the hands to the mat underneath the face or to the block. Finding yourself here. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale here, walk the hands out to the fingertips or just on top of the mat. And then exhale, walk your hands over toward your right foot. Bring your forehead toward your right knee. Maybe your left hand reaches the top of your right hand, maybe not. Maybe you're outside your foot, maybe not. Both legs are straight but not locked. We always keep a little micro bend in our knees to keep energy flowing. This is our wide-legged forward fold. Breathing here, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale, walk the hands back to center and out to the fingertips. Exhale, walk the hands over to the left, maybe to the left foot, maybe near the left foot, maybe in the vicinity of the left foot, maybe the forehead's in the same zip code as the left knee. Breathing here, full inhalation. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, walk the hands back to center. Exhale, release the hands, release the head. Turn the fingers toward the wall behind you, and then walk your hands back between your legs towards the back wall behind you. Maybe you get a little deeper here, feeling into this stretch. Pressing into the outside of the feet, feeling the length in the outside of the legs. Breathe here, full inhalation. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, turn the fingertips back toward the front of your mat. Bring the hands underneath the face. Lift the torso, flat back. You're gonna add a little twist here. So move the left hand underneath the face or onto the block. Bring your right hand to your right hip initially. Now maybe this is your edge and this is where you are. But if you can press into that left hand, maybe you can rotate the torso slightly from the belly button, maybe stacking the shoulders, maybe taking the right arm high towards the ceiling, getting a little twist in this wide-legged twist. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation, shine a little brighter. Exhale. Bring the right hand right back to the hip. Rotate the torso parallel to the mat and then bring the right hand down to meet the left. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold and release. Walk the hands back underneath the body. Find your forward fold. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Walk the hands back underneath the face. Bring the right hand underneath the face or to the block. Bring in the left hand to the left hip. Inhale here. Maybe press into that right hand a little bit. Lengthening through the arm. Begin to rotate the torso, stacking the shoulders. Maybe take the left arm high or in the direction of the ceiling. Full inhale here. Complete exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. A full inhalation. Exhale, bring the left hand back to the hip, rotate the torso. Inhale, get long. Exhale, bring the left hand back to join the right. Release the head, release the hands. Inhale, walk the hands back underneath the body, finding another stretch. Full inhale here. And exhale, walk the hands back underneath. Heel toe the feet back in toward the shoulders. And then come down onto your knees. And we're going to stand on our knees. So the knees are underneath the hips, so not too wide. Hips are narrower than we think they are. Find your hip bone and just feel your knees underneath that. Straighten the torso. And we're going to start, let's see, on this side. So let me move this so it's not in the way. This back behind me. All right, we're going to take the right leg and extend it out. So the left knee is underneath. Now notice the tendency to get a little out of whack here. So see if you can just keep your torso upright. And we're going to walk that right foot out and keep the toes pointed in front of you, towards the front. We're going to move in both directions here. So initially, we'll take the arms up. And then we'll exhale. Let the right hand come down along the right thigh. And then let the torso follow it. So the left arm is framing the ear, the biceps framing the ear. We're opening the left side body as we reach over to that right side. Our gate pose here. Breathing here. Looking up under the left armpit, breathe in, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Bring the hands up and then exhale. Take the left hand down alongside the left knee and let the torso follow over to the left. Looking up under that right armpit now. This is our stargazer posture. Pressing long to the outside of that right foot. Breathing deep here, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release the hands. Walk that right foot back in. Bring that right knee underneath the chest. Sit back for a minute on your heels, rounding your chin toward your chest, pressing back to the back so you're rounding the back, releasing any tension. Take a breath here. Sigh it out. Then inhale, come back to standing on your knees. We're going to take the left leg out, extending the left leg long, left toes towards the front of the mat. Find your posture here where you're supported and ready. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, left arm will drop over toward the left leg. The torso will lean over to the left. Open up the right side body as you look up under the right armpit. Breathing. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release the right hand down alongside the right knee. Lean the torso over to the right, looking up under the left armpit. And again, support yourself as you need. So maybe you find a block is necessary to help you get the extension that you're looking for. Maybe you're finding the adjustments that you need in your body. Breathing here, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release the hands. Walk that left foot back in, bring the left knee underneath in again. Sit back on the heels, drop the chin, round the back, release. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, come back onto knees. And then we're going to do a little back bend here. So I'll turn this over so you can see this, our camel posture. The hands will come to the hips. Fingers extend as if you have pockets in the back of your jeans there, in the back of your yoga pants. You just can put your fingers down into those pockets, supporting your hips here, keeping the hips over the knees. Inhale, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, arch the lower spine. So imagine you're moving your hips forward. You're probably not. You're just imagining that. Now you have options with your feet. You can curl the toes if that's more comfortable. If you have that block, you can actually bring that block back between your ankles, finding the block for support. You can do one arm at a time, finding a little extension through the other side. Whatever variation works for you. Maybe you can reach your heels, feeling into this camel pose. Don't overdo it, just feel into what is right for you in this particular posture. Breathing here, full inhale. Now for the last couple of breaths, if you like, you might want to let your chin lift a little bit, open your mouth, relax the jaw. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, once again, sink back, hips toward the heels, release the chin to the chest, round the lower back, release the hands. Walk the hands out, come to your tabletop posture. We're going to do a couple of spinal flexes here. So on the inhale, drop the belly toward the mat or arch the lower spine is more accurate. Belly's not actually dropping, you're just arching the lower spine. The chest comes forward, the crown lifts, the hips rise. That's your inhale. On your exhale, you round the spine, release the chin to the chest, tuck the hips under. And then find your breath and move with your breath. Inhaling, arching and lifting. Exhaling, rounding and releasing. Just a couple of these. Little dynamic expression here. One more here. Inhale to neutral. And then exhale. Press the hips back toward the heels. Come into your child's pose for a moment, your wisdom pose. Release the forehead. Take the hands back by the feet, palms up. Take a breath here. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale. Bring the torso upright and drop your hips off of your heels. Extend the legs out in front of you. Dandasana or staff pose. So heels and toes together. Pressing through the heel, feel the back side of the foot and leg fully on the mat, fully supported here. Sits bone supported, adjust as you need to feel fully extended here. Bring the hands alongside the hips. Press into the palms to get extension in your spine, and then keep the spine extended. Pick up the palms, arms go high. And then exhale, just hinge and fold. Now, maybe your movement is only very subtle. Maybe you just move a couple of millimeters. Maybe that's it. That's fine. But let the hands drop. So don't reach for something. Just allow the elbows to drop, allow the shoulders to relax. Your work is at the hinge of the hip. You're hinging at the hip here. Maybe there's just a little bit of movement there. And the hands are just released. The elbows are just released. Keep the crown long for a moment here, just to feel that full extension. So you have the spine is the lever, if you will, in this particular posture. So keep the lever long to find that full extension of your flex at the hip. Breathe here. Full inhale. Complete exhale. And then when you've reached your fullest extension, your shoulders are relaxed, your arms are relaxed, go ahead and release the chin toward the chest. Let the upper part of the spine relax also. So we're still hinged at the hip, but when there's no tension in the back of the neck now, we're breathing. Full inhale. This is our posture. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. This is our full west posture. So the west to the back side of the body, the full extension on the back side of the body. The feet are long, we're pressing through the heels, back of the calves, back of the hamstrings on the mat. We're lifting out of the glutes and out of the waist and out of the lower back. We're hinging forward. Chest is coming toward the knees. Belly button's coming toward the thighs. We're just breathing here. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale, reach long past your feet. Slowly come up, slowly come up, slowly come up. And then just roll down onto your back. Full extension here. Then take a moment to bring the knees into the chest. Squeeze the knees a little bit. Rock a little side to side. Find any release in that lower back. And then bring the knees down bring the feet down onto the floor. Knees toward the ceiling. The knees are in alignment with the hips and will stay that way. So rotate slightly the thighs inward so that the knees are working towards each other and away from the face. As you work the knees away from the face, you may feel how that weight presses into the feet. The feet are the support here. So press into the feet and we begin to tilt the pelvic bowl. We'll begin to feel the buttocks begin to lift off the mat. Continuing to press into the feet and press the knees away from the face, we begin to roll up into the lower back, into the middle back, and maybe even into the upper back, lifting into our bridge posture. Breathing here. Maybe you bring your hands underneath the body, interlace the fingers, and extend long, helping to find support. No weight in the head or neck. Breathing into our bridge here. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhaling here. Exhaling here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Inhale here, get long, maybe shine a little brighter. Exhale, roll back down, one vertebra at a time, upper back, middle back, lower back, buttocks. And then bring the knees into the chest and squeeze, rock a little side to side, release any tension. And then extend the legs long. Now, hands are down by the hips, palms down. Now, if you bring your feet toward the ceiling, you will feel the full support of your spine in this movement. If you bring your feet towards where the ceiling and the wall come together, you will feel a little less support from the spine, but the lower spine should be on the mat. So notice if you're starting to feel a little arching in your lower spine, and adjust to make sure your lower spine is supported. If you bring your feet to the halfway down the wall, you'll notice a little more engagement through the hips and the hamstrings. lower back, and then if you bring your feet parallel to the mat, maybe just 6 inches off the mat. Find your feet posture, and then begin to piston the legs. So inhale, bring one knee in toward the chest, extend through the opposite heel. Exhale, switch, move with your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale. Our last dynamic posture here today. So just give yourself over to this and just breathe, be in your breath. So are you calm, steady, focused on the breath, and moving within your own body? That is the practice. No matter what we're doing in any particular moment in our lives, our goal is to be calm, steady, focused on our breath, and moving within our own body. Breathing here, inhaling and exhaling, finding your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. Notice what happens when we get a little engaged. Maybe you get a little challenged, you start to feel this. Now, if you need more support, you can bring the hands underneath the lower back at the top of the buttocks, the SI joint there. That'll provide you a little additional support if you need it. Stay long through the crown. Keep that lower spine on the mat. Feel the full support of the lower back as you breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. We just got about 30 more seconds here. You can do this. You got this. You're feeling this, baby. Maybe not. Just be with your practice here. Can you find a meditative state when you're being challenged a little bit? Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, both legs long. And exhale, gently bring the feet to the mat. Let the toes fall open. Let the palms fall up. Lengthen the crown. Pull down on the side ribs. Feel the entire back of the body on the mat. Just relax, release, let go. Take a breath here. Sigh it out. Breathe all the way down into the belly, into the pelvic bowl, into the sacral area. Breathe deep. Exhale, release completely. A full inhale. A complete exhale. All right, move the hands out a little further. Press down through the palms to feel the full extension across the shoulder, and then bring the knees over the hips. Inhale here. Exhale, gently let both knees fall over to the left as you gently look over your right shoulder. Now, the right shoulder should be relaxed and down on the mat. The knees may or may not reach the floor. Maybe you have a block to support them if they don't reach the floor. Your legs, your knees and thighs should try to stay together. Maybe they don't. Maybe you put the block between your thighs for support if your thighs are separating and your knees are separating. You just breathe here. This is your final twist. We're breathing down behind that right hip. We're letting the knees move away from the face. We're finding that release in the lower back. All that dynamic energy we raised in the core and the hip flexors, working through the lower back. Now breathing into that, providing relief. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Inhale, bring your knees back to neutral, the crown, the head back to neutral. Exhale, let both knees fall over to the right as you look over the left shoulder. And again, the left shoulder's down, the knees are moving away from the face. Support your feet and legs.
Support your knees, block underneath the thighs, maybe block between the thighs. Breathing here, across the front of the chest and into the left lower hip. Breathe in, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Inhale, bring your knees back neutral, then head back to neutral, and then squeeze the knees in toward the chest. Now take a moment here for yogi's choice. If you want to do a little happy baby, maybe bring your hands to the inside or outside of your arch of your foot, bring your knees in toward the mat, wobble it around. Maybe you want to just kind of move a little bit here, rocking the hips a little side to side, maybe rotating the hips. If you rotate both directions, please. You're just releasing any final tension here in this last little moment before we move into our guided rest. So having found your posture, having found your release, go ahead and bring knees in toward the chest. Reach up and grab just below the knees, or maybe your feet. Bring your forehead up toward your knees. Lift and squeeze into a tight little ball. Make yourself as small as you can, as condensed as you can, squeezing in. Breathe in here. Maintain the breath while you squeeze. Get tight. Squeeze. Squeeze. And release. Take the feet long. Let the toes fall open. Move the heels as wide as is comfortable for you. Let the palms fall down by the hips. Palms up. Relax the shoulders. Take the crown long. Feel the lower spine on the mat and let go completely. Now, as you let go completely on this posture, take a moment to provide yourself with any additional support you may want in your guided rest posture. So maybe you have an eye cloth or a blanket or a shawl or a bolster, anything that might provide you with 1% more support as you move into your rest. This is your rest posture, your guided rest. So take a moment to let go. Establish yourself in your supports. Feel the entire backside of your body being supported. Feel yourself here. And as you feel into the entire backside of your body being supported, as you feel into yourself being held and cuddled by gravity, allow yourself to release and let go into that. Find stillness here. Just let go. Be done. Allow yourself to be done. Let go of any shaping of the body, any shaping of the breath. Let go of any analysis or judgment or review. Let go of any conversation. Let go of any planning. Let go of any need to do anything other than just be present and breathe. And let go of the need to breathe. Allow the breath to come and go naturally. Does not require your attention. If you think about it, you know most of your day goes by without you paying any attention at all to your breath, unless you come to a yoga class like this and you do a breath-focused exercise. Most of the time, the breath comes and goes. It doesn't need our attention, so just let things be. Allow the breath to come and go. Allow the body to rest on the mat. Allow the mind to wander without any attachment to where it wanders to. Notice that the nature of the mind is to wander. Just let your mind wander. Now, if you have a demanding mind and it wants to call your attention constantly, like many of us do,
suggest to your mind that it take a task. And that task is to simply be curious and engage in a very gentle and curious tracking or scanning of your body from your head, the crown of your head, just outside and above the top of your head, to the soles of your feet. A gentle, curious scan. Just observing where there might be any tension or tightness or constriction or contraction. That's all. Give your mind that task as you rest and witness yourself at rest in silence for the next minute or so. Now, if perchance you notice that your attention has wandered away, I invite you to bring gratitude to that noticing and then gently and compassionately return your focus to your breath. On your next inhale, I invite you to take a full inhale. And as you exhale, begin to reacclimate to your body, perhaps wiggling your toes and your fingers, maybe rotating your wrists and your ankles. On your next inhale, continue to reacclimate to your body by bringing your knees toward the ceiling and your heels toward your hips while extending your right arm alongside your head. Take a moment here in this posture to prepare yourself to roll gently to your right side. And then when you are prepared, and only when you are prepared, gently roll to your right side, letting that right arm cradle your head and neck like a pillow. Take a moment here on your right side to prepare yourself to be upright again. And then when you are prepared, and only when you are prepared, I invite you to bring your left arm in front of your torso and utilize your left arm to support leveraging yourself back into a seated posture. Take a moment here to reestablish yourself in your seated posture, feeling into your supports, lengthening the spine, bringing yourself back into presence. And then as you are prepared on your next inhale, I invite you once again to float your hands to your heart in a way that brings awareness to your heart space. And to allow to arise in your heart space perhaps one more thing for which you are grateful today. And whatever it is that arises, see that clearly. And as you see that clearly, you see yourself resting in your space in gratitude. And as you witness yourself resting in gratitude in your space, I'll take this opportunity to extend my sense of gratitude to you from this space. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your practice. I'm honored to be here, truly. And as always, I invite you to stay here in grateful rest for as long as you like. And more importantly, when you do rise, please take the echoes of your practice and your gratitude with you as you go through the remainder of your day, lifting yourself and all that you come into contact with. Have an amazing day.